So actually, let's go back to the hospital that you talked about. That's just very disturbing. I can even see it in my head. So when you went to the hospital, did they kill everybody, or like what did they do? Like, I mean, you mentioned about killing all the sick people, like ill people, also the wounded soldiers. Uh, like how many survived at the hospital, if any?
Yeah, pretty much everyone who was sick and the wounded forces that were there. Um, the hospital employees told us the Eritrean forces say to the soldiers. I don't know whether he's a general or whatever. He said, "Finish them all." That's what the employee in the hospital, what we were told when we were there. Like this is after a week or so when I took the older lady that was on the picture.
Yeah, let me actually share that while you're talking. Let me share that.
Yeah, this lady was. She was. I was really sad about her because she was in a condition of. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, Solomon. Keep
Okay.
talking. I can hear you.
This was November 29th. November 29th, I was after we buried a lot of young people. I found her walking all the way up to the huge tree. We call it Daroila. In that area, she was walking up to the St. Mary Church area, direction with a little boy. He was helping her with her little um, a little bag. And I told him, "Hey, what happened?" He said, "She's wounded. She's wounded. She got hit." And when I tried to look, all over her body was just blood. And I didn't touch her at that point. And then I took her to the St. Mary Church, the front entrance. There is a little house for people to give money and stuff, where they keep that little box, the metal made box. And I took her there. I let her stay there, and then I went to my house. I grabbed a couple. I couldn't even find alcohol. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So I went to my house. I grabbed sanitizers. That's the only thing I could find at that time. And I took the sanitizers with a napkin. So I went there. When I opened her face, what I've seen, I couldn't believe it. So half of her jaw, the lower jaw, was completely gone. Her lower jaw was just hanging, and I just, poor lady. I cried. It's just so crazy. I still cannot, um like when every time I eat meat, she comes to my face. You would not. Jesus Christ. Oh God. I don't know what happened to her. Um, so in the evening time, I came from my house. I took the sanitizer with the napkin. I cleaned her wounds. She was hit, like her lower jaw was gone, and then she was hit on this side of the shoulder also, her whole shoulder, um, like where she can move her arm. The upper level of her arm was, it's just the main part. She was hit over there. She was under a huge pain. She can't say anything. She was just saying, that's it. She just, blah, 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 blah. That's how she tries to say something, but I couldn't hear her. And we checked her. We were told she came from Humora. She fled from Humora. She ran away from Humora, and then she was hit in AXUM, by a bomb. And I cleaned her wounds. I gave her anti-pain, um, and then I left. She couldn't even swallow. We throw the pills to her throat like this, the 2 pills. It was amazing. And then we put the water pipe all the way down to her throat. That's what we did, because her lower jaw was hanging down. Um, it was so crazy. I left her there that night. They were couple other peoples in the front entrance of the St. Mary Church, because the next day is St. Mary Day, Hedartion. And then when I get back to her in the morning, all of a sudden, the PPP, the Prosperity Party, were sent by Abiy with the federal police and soldiers all over the AXUM at that day. They were taking videos of themselves, like I think it's ETV or something, I don't know. They were line them up and then shoot a video, and then they would let them walk a little bit, shoot a video again. And when I asked the guy who was shooting the video, he told me, "Hey, we're making a news for St. Mary Day. What is happening?" And they just got there. They had no idea what was happening on November 28th and 29th. And the Hedartian Day is November 30th, which is Hedar 21. So, and I went to the Major General Farade. I asked them if they have paramedics. There is a wounded lady, if they can treat her. And they called their paramedics, and then they went there. They checked her, and the guy said, "Hey, there is nothing we can really do. She needs a major surgery, not just once, not just two, but so many." Because, and then when I come in the morning, like what I said, her lower jaw was hanging. I couldn't find her jaw. I don't know. She was in a heavy pain. She just pulled it off and threw it away. This part was just, it was gone. It was gone. Her face was swollen. Her upper shoulder. That poor lady was just so amazing. And then coincident, there were a couple hospital employees came when they heard the federal police just came from Addis. They were seeking for a transportation if they can go to Addis. And we start talking. Hey, I'm not with the federal police. I'm just trying to help this lady. And they told me, hey, we are an employee of the referral hospital, so we're seeking for transportation to go to Addis. And I said, you know what? Before you ask that question, before you get a transport or whatever, help this poor lady, please. Look at her. And they looked at her, and we took her to the hospital, St. Mary Hospital. And then when we checked the pharmacy, that's another video that I have. I recorded the St. Mary Hospital pharmacy that was destroyed. All the medicines were taken. They were not able to find any medicine, no medicine at all. All the medicines were taken by the Eritrean forces. We've seen them getting into, I've seen them with my own eyes getting into the hospital. And when I went there, the hospital pharmacy was just empty. Like what you have seen, guys, the video. I don't know if I send that to you or anybody have access to the Facebook, what I posted the video.
Yeah, there was a video. Yeah, you posted that pretty much like, all the medicines were gone, nothing left. So when you guys took the woman, the poor mother, to the hospital, then does that mean that she was not treated? Like they couldn't find anything for her?
They give her anti-pain injection, glucose. She haven't had food like for maybe more than 24 hours. And also they give her something, I don't know whether it's antibiotic or something. It's like a glucose type of little box that they hang it in there, and then they inject her leg, her arms. And after that, I told them, please, you gotta help this poor woman until you find anything, until you find a way of getting out of here. Come back and help this woman. That's what I told them. And they promised me they will. And I was not able to go there. I'm so regretful right now because we left her in the hospital. The hospital is like, it sounds and it looks like hell because no one is in there. It's completely open. The entire hospital, there is nobody in there. And they told me the next day they left they left her alone with all the injections and the glucose and stuff. And they went the next day, they checked her again. But after that, I don't know what happened. I didn't check her. I didn't go back again, and I didn't see her situation. Because if anything happens, it would not go out of my mind. I decided not really. I was very happy that I got her engaged with those medical employee people, the medical expertise. But to go back again, if I see her die, if I saw her die at that time, I don't think she will get out of my mind. It was really tough at that moment. So I haven't checked what was her last moment or her situation. I don't know. She was just in between. You can't die, but you should die.
She was like between life and death.
It's her wound was not a type of wound that it can kill her immediately. So her lower jaw was gone. Her shoulder was hit. She lost a lot of blood, and she was under heavy pain. It's just, some wounds, maybe if you stay 2-3 days, there's some kind of injury that would kill you. But this was not the type of injury or wounded was on this poor lady. The wound would not kill her, or not immediately. So that was the pain that was just going on in my mind. I was just so sad. We were crying. We were crying for this lady. And the very unfortunate thing is she flew from West Tigray, which is the Himora and Shiraro area, to seek for a safe haven in AXUM. And then when she was in AXUM, when she arrived in AXUM, she got hit. That was the very sad thing about this lady. And then I don't know, man. I don't know. So many things happen. It's just.
I hope she gets some. I hope she had some people to help her with her wound, because the way you're describing it, it's that she was severely injured from shelling, and like you said, her jaw pretty much was gone and her shoulder, so she was barely surviving. So unless she she has like doctors treating her, then like her chance of surviving is just very slim.
Yeah, poor lady. There was no doctors. I'm pretty sure those 2 young people I've met at that day, I don't think they're doctors, but on the way that I've seen them, he put a stitch on her shoulder. I've seen him. He gave her anti-pain and all the glucose and stuff, the injection. On my observation at that time, they were some kind of nurse. I don't know. I don't ask. It was just asking for their help. That's it. Do what you can. Help her to get out of this heavy pain. That's it. But I'm just very hopeful. Every time I thought about her, I feel like I just have to go back and do what I can, help what I can. So it was so sad. This is the next morning. You see this guy bending over, trying to help her, is the 2 young people. They were an employee of the referral hospital, and to the left side of him, there is the Ethiopian paramedic. We begged him to come in here and to look at her. You couldn't see them, but I was trying to. I thought about taking a video of the lady, but I couldn't do it while seeing her under heavy pain. It's just taking a video or like I don't know. I didn't think at that time it was inappropriate to do so, but I just shoot a picture and I put back in my pocket my phone. So this was this lady was one of the victims in Tigray.
Wow, that's such a powerful story just to think about. just about our, I mean, that could be my mother, to be honest. That could be anyone's from Tigray's mother, and the fact that she's literally by herself suffering. It's
Yeah.
it's so sad. I wonder, while you were there, did you run into like a lot of injured people that needed medical attention?